Hello and welcome to this Sat on My Butt channel, where today I'm going to be reviewing the Comica CVM-WM100 Plus dual wireless mic system. Yes, I've been sent from the good people at Comica this wireless mic system to review, and as you know, I've had one of these to review before, but I'm going to say this has taken a step up from that. This is really a very nice piece of kit. So first of all, we're going to break this up. You can look in the description and I will put chapters in there for you so you can skip to what you want to know about and skip me waffling on perhaps. So first of all, what do you get in the kit? Well, obviously it all comes boxed up nicely, and inside you get yourself a very nice case holder with one of those handles, you know, and then the Velcro goes round to make it one. You can store all your accessories in the top, and then in the bottom there, as you can see, I've got some out because I've been using it. It will store the receiver and the transmitters in the base, held in one of those high density foam cutout cases like that. A very, very nice case. And inside you get yourself a receiver. You get yourself two transmitters. You get yourself an audio output cable. He's looking for it. It's there somewhere. Fool, it's plugged in. There you go. It's coiled up. It's plugged in because I've been using it. And they all come with one of those nice screw jobs there, so that they're not just pushed in 3.5mm. They are screwed in place and not going to come out. And that obviously would then plug into the camera, the phone, whatever you are using. You get a 3.5mm to XLR output cable for, you know, one of the standard large old mic systems there. You get yourself 3 belt clips, and there's a belt clip there, and on the back of one of the transmitters, there it is in place. A little bit fiddly to get on, but that could just be me making a hash of it. You get yourself a cold shoe mount. I've got it screwed on the back there. As you can see, that will slide onto where the flash would go on your camera and sit on top very nicely and secure there. It hasn't got any anything flash that could go wrong. It's literally one wheel to do it up and keep it onto here, and another wheel to tighten it up to the hot shoe, or rather, using this, it would be a cold shoe there. You get yourself 2 wind muffs. I think that some people call them dead cats, don't they? You get a USB power cable, and I will tell you why in a minute. And obviously you get yourself 2 microphones. It's all here in front of me. 2 microphones, again with the screw-on adapter there. That is what you get in the box, obviously with a warranty card and a manual. And it's fairly straightforward how to use it. Highly recommend going through it a couple of times before you do start playing. But now I'm going to talk a bit more about it. Now, 16 channels per transmitter, pickup transmitter, not a receiver register, A and B, and then you can select each one whether it goes to A or B. Group A frequency, I'll go through those first, is 606.125 MHz to 609.875, and the Group B is 610.125 to 613.875 MHz. You can set this to be mono or stereo. Obviously, when I've been using it, because I've only been using the one, I've set it in mono, and so that literally means, say, me and my wife are filming together, as we do sometimes. We set it to stereo, and at the camera, each input from each one would be on its own. You know, where you see the bars coming up, you would see that there, and you would also hear it from the transceiver, but we'll go into that a little bit more. It's got audio monitoring built in. Each one you've got there a line out, so we've got for the mic that plugs in there, and then you've got a line in, so you could even plug that in and through with the right bit of kit to, I don't know what, like an iPod. Are iPods still about? I don't think they are. I'm showing my age, and even they were new. And it has a working distance of up to 328 feet, 100 metres, or 196 feet, 60 metres if there are obstacles in the way. But as I say, there is real-time monitoring from the receiver, so you're going to know if there is a problem, or the person who's filming is going to know if there is a problem. So first of all, let's have a look at the transmitter. Runs off of 2 AA batteries that sit in the back there, but there is on the side a USB. You only get one, I think that's for the transceiver, but cheap to buy. Plug in there. Again, making a real hash of it. Why do USBs never go in the right way when you want them to? There you go, plug in there, and you could have a power pack on that. So if you've got one of these portable power packs, you could plug into that, but you get 6 hours from the 2 AA batteries. On the back there, you can see I've got put the belt clip on. The aerial there, please be careful not to damage those, because obviously then you're going to be really in trouble, aren't you? Because then you're not going to be getting such good reception, and it's very important to make sure when you're putting them on, tucking them in, you're not really giving them too much grief. I've got a power button at the top. And there it comes up, and it's flashing, and it's got RF and infrared, and the power button also works to mute. You can see that's gone red, but you can turn off the option to whether you want it to be able to mute or not in the settings. An infrared receiver there, and that is basically it. Here we've got set and backwards and forwards, and let's have a look at what those do. So the first one does channel select, but I highly recommend that you use the receiver for that, not the transmitter. You can then have the ability on the next setting to switch that between A or B group. You've got a low cut filter, so that would take out things like stand vibration, hum, rumble of distant vehicles, something like that. RF power, low and high, so for me sitting here very short distance, it's going to go low, but if I've got the camera at quite a great distance with the receiver on top, like say when I'm filming out in the garden for the beekeeping, I would have it on high. Then you've got mute, enabled, disabled. You've got the backlight option, how long you want that to stay on, 0, 15, 30 and 60 seconds, reset, and then what version this is running. Really as simple as that. So let's have a look at the receiver. Now it's pretty much the same. You've obviously got 2 aerials because you're going to be receiving from, or the option to receive from, both of these transmitters. We've got a input there, and then a headphone slot there, as I was saying, for monitoring these microphones. So the person who's filming, if they put headphones in, they're going to be listening to you, even if they can't hear you from the distance they're filming. And if it's in stereo, they're going to be getting A and B, etc. You've got at the top there infrared, B infrared, and if I turn that on there, on it comes. They've both got a LED LCD screen on them, which is very clear, easy to make out, and you can see, or I can see now, even though I'm filming via another microphone sat here because I'm reviewing them, I can see that that is going up and down for A, that it is receiving a signal from this microphone here, and it's flashing because obviously B is not turned on, it's set in the case there. So going through the settings, and I know this is all very long and boring, but you want to know, don't you? If you're spending your money, and it's £239 of your money, so you're going to want to know. You can select A or B selection, output mode, stereo or mono that I spoke about, setting group A or B, so the next one you select if A, if you want to change settings for A or B, etc. Group power on or off, so at the moment I could go in there and turn off B, and that would just go red because then B is switched off. You've got volume, auto scan. Now you go in auto scan, you press it, and this will select the best channel available, wireless channel available, and it will set it on here. And then the next setting is sync via infrared. You press and hold, as you do with all settings for the middle one, yes, select, and via infrared it will send the settings to the transmitter, which I think is very good. It's selecting the best channel for you, and then it's setting it all up. That I just think is an amazing setting. Oh, excuse me, my mouth has gone very dry. That is a really, really decent little bit of kit to have that option is just absolutely amazing, because for me, I wouldn't know what channel I want it on. I wouldn't know what channel is best when I'm out and filming. So for this to take care of that and then sync to the transmitter, for me, is a game changer in these things. Again, backlight, then to reset it to factory settings and version. And there you go. As I say, you can slip over these dead cats if you're in a very windy environment, or in fact, if I've got one on here, I wear one because my beard can rub against the lav mic, and so this would stop it doing it directly onto the microphone foam, and all you hear is as I move my head. So let's cut now to, I filmed a bit of film with me actually using these microphones. Okay, so this is me using the Comica CVM-WM100 Plus microphones. I'm using just channel A, obviously, just the one microphone, as I don't need both. So I'm going to clip that on there. I've got it set as mono, obviously, because using just the one microphone, as I've explained previously. And this is just basically a cut-in for me to sort of demonstrate the quality of the sound coming from these microphones, and it is very, very acceptable. And it's really good sound. I did have to mess about. I filmed using a DSLR. When I plugged it into, I've got like a camcorder style camera for in the garden, slotted it on that, and the sound was perfect straight off. It just took care of it. In the DSLR, I've got the sound settings on manual, and so I had to go in and I had to reduce the sound on that because it was just too much, unless you're using auto. So I'm filming at the moment with this mic in front of me on number 7. I had to knock this down to number 4 just to stop some distortion because it was so loud. But there's really not a lot of messing about, or setting up, you should say, not messing about. It's not messing about. We all like playing with these gadgets to get these working. And for me, that auto channel selection and the infrared sync is just absolutely amazing. That's what makes these mics for me. I did have another set of mics and I sold those on. These are staying with me. These are going to be used for filming out for the beekeeping and the gardening videos, because they are so good. I'm not getting rid of these at all. The Comica brand is known for producing very good microphones. You know, they're not the most expensive, they're not right the way up there, but they're a very, very decent, very capable set of twin wireless lav microphones. Now, they are available from Comica, and the web address for that is www.comica/audio.com. I'll put a link in the description, or via Amazon with free Prime 1-day delivery, £239. So if you're looking for a wireless mic system, I highly recommend you give these a check, because, you know, some of the more expensive brands, prices can go really, really silly high, and we can't all afford silly high. And you don't want to pay too little, because you're just not going to get the sound quality, and sound is everything. It's one of the things I've struggled to get. I'm not going to say right, it's not the best it could be, but to an acceptable quality for my videos. That's it. I'm going to stop waffling now. Go and check them out. Comica, there's a wide range of microphones, etc. for filming. And that is that. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the old channel. I will see you next time. Take care.